too many choices. All right. And then back to you, Laura.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everybody. Beautiful people. Thanks for joining us. This is the What is Erotic mentorship meeting, and we're doing it online because that's the way so many things are right now. And so thanks for joining us, and thanks for bringing yourself in the way that we can right now. So, and I see we have one other person coming in, so
Yeah.
we'll just welcome Melanie.
Hello.
Hello, Melanie.
Can you hear me?
And so we're just
recording.
Yeah, we're just getting. Oh yeah, Melanie. Yeah, we'll see. If you want to join us on video, Melanie, we can get your buy-in. We're going to get your permission to record the meeting. So if you're able to start your video, then we can make sure that you're okay with that.
Well, I mean, does that mean that I have to have my video on? Is that what you said?
No, not at all. We were just Nancy had the desire in case anybody missed the meeting and wanted to catch it later.
Oh, sure. Yeah, record definitely.
Okay, super great. Just wanted to get your consent.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So anyway, and that's something that happens a lot with What is Erotic. Where consent is really important to us.
Here comes
So
one person.
I just want to say hello and welcome. Oh, and there's somebody else coming in. Yeah. All right. So, hello and welcome. Is it okay if we record this meeting for people that might want to? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Super. So, yeah. So what I want to say, this is a chance for us to kind of tell you about the What is Erotic Mentorship Program, and then you can meet the creative team and the mentors today. And my name's Laura, and I'm the artistic director for What is Erotic. So, and then there'll be a chance to introduce yourselves and ask any questions, and kind of for us to get to know each other and ourselves. So that's what we have in mind today. And it is, let's see, it's around 5 after 1. So I would imagine we'll be done by 2:30. At the very, very latest. That's my expectation. And Zoom things seem to go faster than online. I probably than in person. I don't know why that is. So time may morph, but that's my estimate. So what I'd like to say is actually, who here has seen, show of hands, has seen What is Erotic live?
Not me.
Okay, cool. So so as a regular show, and again, it's just it's a mystery, right? So what's this year going to look like? We don't know. But what we knew is that we love this program, and we think it's socially really amazing and personally really amazing. So we didn't want to to let that go. And so we decided to take this mentorship online. So I want to give it up for Jillian Hahn, who was the person who started this program last year. She was on our 2019 cast, and she decided to go ahead as an alumni and to lead the mentorship program as a cast member herself. So I want to, Carissa and Nancy came forward, and they also were like, hey, we were in the 2020 show, and as cast alumni, we want to be the mentors for this year. So that's kind of exciting to me. For me, What is Erotic is a rare opportunity to kind of go beyond the shallow sexuality that's so pervasive in our culture. And what we stand for is that what is erotic is a really personal question. And so this mentorship provides you a chance to kind of dive deeper into that and really discover what's erotic for you personally. It may or may not lead to performance. Let's see, somebody else is joining us. And oh, it's Yesenia. Hi, Yesenia. This is our choreographer.
Hi.
And so, Yesenia, we're recording. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, super. So yeah, I'm just saying hi to everybody. So yeah, so we like to do a deeper dive. This is our second mentorship, and in the mentorship program, you'll get a chance to, if you're accepted, to really explore what's erotic to you personally, and then that may become an opportunity to perform, if that's what works. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. I'd love you to meet the mentors. So I'd like to turn it over to Nancy and Carissa. And Nancy, maybe you can.
And I'm frozen.
comes. As the host, I think she can let herself back in. There you are, Nancy.
Yeah, my internet just went crazy.
Yeah, perfect timing. Carissa just finished telling us about her involvement with What is Erotic. Do you feel ready to share?
Sure. It's good because now we're recording. I can go back and hear what she said. I actually found out about the mentorship the day of the informational meeting, and my friend said, come to this with me. And I'm like, all right, I have no idea what it's about. I've only been to one thing at the 418, didn't know anything about it. Got to the meeting and immediately just like fell into this group of people that just felt like they were holding it with such intention and love and purpose that I knew I had landed in the right place. So having never seen the show, didn't know anything about it, I was just like a yes and applied and got in, and it was an amazing journey. I can't believe that was just like a year ago, right? So from there, I found out about the foreplay soiree where I did erotic tarot readings. And I think that same day of the informational meeting was the one about the Halloween show. So I found out about that, and it was just like this domino effect where I got to experience all these different facets of myself, including my sensual erotic self, which was interesting to do that in a group of other people and to feel safe and to be held that way. And I thought, I want to do that for others. So that's why when the opportunity came to co-lead the mentorship program, I was like, oh yeah. You know, when you're in your head and you're like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, I think I'll look at that. But then it like drops into your body and just kind of explodes. And you're like, whoa, yes, I'm a hell yes to that. That's what happened for me. And so I just wanted to create something that we can reach so many other people. It's so cool that it's going to be online this time. So if you have friends anywhere in the world, just have them join us and apply for the mentorship, and let's just see what we create together. And ooh, my erotic self is just all tingly right now, just talking about it. So I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say and hearing your questions. So I'll turn it back to, I think, Laura, you're going to introduce the artistic crew.
I am.
Yay.
So you guys, the What is Erotic creative team is with us today, and so if you do decide to apply and become accepted, you'll be working with peers, one-on-one work, and you'll be working with the group, and you'll also be working with the creative team. So I could say that as the artistic director, my role in What is Erotic is to create beauty and to help steer the vision of the show and the project every year, and also to create the theme. So if you are not aware, if you haven't been in the back channel, we do this really unusual process where we wait to see what people bring, and we create the theme around what's alive in the collective. So that's a part of what I do, and also a part of what I do is to create the set and costume design, but I also happen to be a holistic therapist. So I also help people just feel safe emotionally in the show, and help with kind of developing more parts of yourself. So that's why I'm here, and it's been a really meaningful project for me personally. I've really just been blown away by the kind of personal experiences that I've had and the growth that I've had. So that's why I do this. I do this because it's just been so important to me as a person, and I really believe in this. I grew up on the East Coast with a lot of shame around my sexuality, and so it means a lot to me to help support other people feel safe. And so that's why I'm here. So maybe if Yesenia, if you want to maybe go next, and then maybe Erin, and just kind of tell us, kind of what your role in the show is, and you know why you're here.
Okay, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Yesenia. It's weird to do this from a phone because then I can't see everyone's face. Because I usually like to see who I'm talking to. I choreograph shows. I teach you how to dance and things. Shake your ass, all the fun stuff. I mean, I'm a better dancer than talker, so Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you could say why you're part of What is Erotic.
Why I'm part of What is Erotic. It's really fun. It helps, to explore, things that I don't usually have time to explore, like what is erotic to me. And yeah, it's just a fun and creative show. The Halloween, I was able to express a lot of my what is erotic fantasies. So yeah, there's just so many things within What is Erotic that you can just explore yourself in, and that's why I'm a part of it. Yeah.
Thank you. Erin, would you be willing to say hi? Maybe let us know how long you've been involved in the show and kind of what your role is.
Sure. I've been with the show since 2013, I think, in some capacity. Since 2015 or 16, I've been on the creative team. I come from a theater background. I direct and I write for the show. And I think what appeals to me the most about it is that it becomes sort of it's a way in. It's a way to be a part of a production like this. It's a way to get your own work up on stage. And it's also, and I think that really keys into what the mentorship program is all about. It's a pipeline to get people who maybe have never even thought about being on stage before, or haven't been on stage in a really long time, back into it. It was really cool, particularly, like Nancy's piece coming from the mentorship program, to watch that piece grow and watch her develop it and change it from a very deep personal spoken word piece to something that can go in front of an audience. And it was really, really great to watch that and to be a part of that. And yeah, I look forward to doing that with a new crop of people, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Thanks. I want to also introduce Stan Grindstaff. He's our board president emeritus of the 418 Project Board, and also our beloved performance coach. Stan, would you like to introduce yourself and say a little bit about your role with What is Erotic?
Yes. I think, going into my 9th season with What is Erotic. And as a performance coach, I always share that I'm not looking at the performer from the outside. I'm standing on the inside with you, looking out and finding magical little ways to open up the portal so you can express yourself effectively for a live audience. So that involves whatever it takes so that an audience can hear you, so an audience can be drawn into your heart space, that what you focus is genuine for you and made available to a larger whole. So as a performance coach, I'm not a voyeur. I'm a creative collaborator. And along with the creative team, I enjoy the guileless approach we take. It's not an ego-based competition factory. It's let's see what can emerge. Let's see what can spring fresh. Let's take what we have and water it and nurture it and let it bloom. And with a live audience, it actually does come alive as a garden, and we discover what the show is then. So the creative process is honored. You as a performer are honored for the uniqueness you bring. And that's why I continue to boogie with Yesenia and all my friends, and Erin and Laura, the most brilliant people I know, focusing a unique quality of spirit. Because ultimately we're inviting the audience to blend with heart, spirit. And what's at the core of your heart is beautiful and magical and alive. And I celebrate that and all of you and the team, and thank you for sharing in these words.
Thanks, Dan. Oh, Greg, hello. Yay. Awesome. Super. Welcome, Greg Speed. I'm so glad to have you on. Greg is a alumni in different capacities. I'm so glad you could join us. Greg, so you know the creative team, so you missed the creative team introduction, but you know us all very well. So I'm happy to have you join us.
Yes.
At this point, I would love to sort of say hi to you guys. So we have time for questions, but I'd love to, if you have a question, definitely ask, but I would love to know sort of like, if you're attending the meeting, you know, what are your hopes and fears? Why are you here? Do you have any questions? And kind of like, I'd love to, I feel like we have time. Nancy and Carissa, do you feel like we have time for this? Like, I'd love to sort of say hi if you're here as an attendee and you want to, no pressure, but please, you know, like physically put your hand up and see if you would love to, if you have any questions, ask them, and also just kind of say, hi, these are my dreams and these are my hopes and fears about the mentorship, and tell us a little bit about yourselves. So if you'd like to do that, please, I invite you. And if you don't, no pressure.
I'll invite myself.
Ritu? Is that how we say your name? And you want to unmute yourself? Yeah, awesome.
Good idea. Doesn't get old, the mute and unmute. My name is Ritu. I saw What is Erotic for the first time this year, 2020. I had been dancing, I know Abby I've been doing, this past year has been like a thing. Started doing contact improv, ecstatic dance, and also dancing, pole dancing, and just getting more into my body. And when I saw the show, because I like knew a lot of people in it, but I saw it, I'm like, I can do that. I don't have any theater background or anything. But then when I found out that people made their own, their own pieces, and the more I hear about it, the more I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm here to just listen to more of that. I used to have fears like I have, you know, so I'm a lawyer and I have a business, and so I was like, oh, you know, I'm a public person, and so what would that mean? But I'm kind of over it. We can talk about that. That would be a question, you know, like, is it a problem?
It's, I can answer that. It's actually not that big of a problem. I teach kids with, or adults with disabilities, and it's just, you keep it pretty much like separate, and they don't really know about it. Only, you know, certain groups of people know about it. So it's really not that hard, and it's really up to you whether or not you want to integrate both of those worlds together, because you can set your boundaries and how you perform and what you do. Yeah.
I could add to that what also happens, and you know, we haven't actually had this particular, so the mentorship is a very private group. It's what I could add though that you might not know is, for the show, what we realize is that people do have, some people are psychologists, some people work with kids, there are different groups. So some people choose to use a stage name if they do decide to perform, but then also some people decide, they come out and they decide, no, this isn't for me. But what we also do is we're super respectful and very careful of things like tagging on social media. So that people get to choose, every single person who decides to perform in the cast, gets chosen for the cast, gets to choose, yes, you can put me on social media, my image, but don't tag me. Yes, you can tag me, or yes, I'm going to use a stage name. So there are ways that we feel, as you know, and there's no guarantee. We do our very, very best to respect people's desires and boundaries. And some people are like, yeah, man, I'm a mom and I'm out and I, you know, like, do it. And some people don't, people feel very differently. So there's different ways that we are aware, we try our best to respect your privacy and your desires. Yeah. Anybody else want to say hi? Please just put your hands up. Sparkles.
Sparkles is my camp name. It's my work. So I feel like it's an appropriate camp name. It might even be my stage name now that you mentioned stage names. So my question is I've seen What is Erotic twice. Absolutely have loved it. I am just kind of starting last year or 2 years ago when I started What is Erotic, just kind of starting that journey within myself. And I want to perform. I love performing and dancing. And I feel like nervous kind of expressing that part I'm still getting to know on stage in front of people. But also from the email, it says there's kind of a process that we're going through, and I would like some more information on kind of what that looks like and what we're actually being mentoring on and what kind of exercises we'll be doing at home with our peers and mentors.
I'd love to turn that one over to Carissa or Nancy because you guys were in the mentorship program last year. Do you want to talk a little bit about your experience?
Nancy, do you want to talk about it and then I'll finish it, or?
She's like, nope, you.
All right. So for the mentorship program, as you saw in the email, there's like various meetings that we'll be doing. We have once a month for everyone together, and then once a week you'll be meeting with a peer, and that's going to be rotating. And a lot of it too was just based off of questions, and you know, you can choose to dive as deep as you'd like with those, or like, you know, maybe you can always ask for mentors for help, and the artistic team is always here to help you out too with certain things. I think for the process too, it also depends on like who's coming into the mentorship program. For us, we each had like our own thing that we wanted to bring in, and so you know, Nancy had done some communication games, which were really, really good and very, very emotionally deep, which I think it was a really good time for us to do those too. And then we had 5 rhythms that was brought in, which was fantastic. I've never heard about that, and that was one of my favorite things that we did. So it kind of just depends on who's in the group and what they would like to offer. But yeah, hopefully I answered your question.
Yeah, I can just say, add a little more to that. We did all kinds of activities and prompts everywhere from consent to like leaning into our edges to some sensual play, everything, you know, there was a lot that went really deep and there was a lot that was very playful. And it's just like who comes together in the group. We're kind of like your erotic doulas, right? We just kind of like get you there, and then we see what wants to be birthed out of you, and then we help you along the way. So with lots of breathing and grounding and love. So it's lots of different kinds of activities, and it's really fun. And you know what? If you get scared, that's like something to look at too. You know, we look at everything because everything can be erotic when you're turned on, right? So it's just kind of playing in different areas and taking it slow. And, you know, you don't just like meet a new partner and, well, some people might go from 0 to 100 really fast, but we kind of like to work our way up, you know, get to know each other, get to experience different parts of ourselves and each other. And then, you know, really like turn our attention on those places. So without giving out too much away of what we're actually going to do, that's just kind of what we're about.
Structurally, I could say, and this may or may not have gotten covered. So again, the kind of the structure is you work with one peer partner every month, but when we designed a series of questions that are prompts, but those are optional. So you're always welcome to do. We always say, what is erotic? We'll take you to your edge, but we'll never push you off it. So that you're always invited to explore at whatever level you feel comfortable. And you're also, yeah, as either Chris or Nancy said, you know, oh, wow, I feel uncomfortable in here. This is interesting. I'll notice that. But there's never pressure to do or explore something that doesn't feel right to you. Yeah. Anybody?
Oops, you accidentally pressed.
I just muted myself. Sorry about that. Oh, nice. Does anybody else have any questions or just desire to say hello and let us know hopes and fears? Yes, and I don't see your name, but
I'm Nicole. Hi. I saw the show for the first time in February, and I really liked it. And I thought that it was what I really liked about it was I liked the inclusivity of it, and the different ages and the different backgrounds of people, and everyone seemed so supportive and nice. And it was kind of something that I'd been looking for, like not really like a desire to be up there on stage, but a desire to kind of like hang out with people that are also have like similar interests and feel free of, you know, exploring and things like that. And I don't know if any of you guys have kids, but like I have kids, and it kind of seems like when their kids are little, you're kind of wrapped up in that, and then you get a little older and able to look at other parts of your life that you would like to explore. And I think that's kind of where I am.
Cool. Thank you. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Cool. And it seems like that you just wanted to say hi. You didn't necessarily have a burning question.
Oh no, I didn't have any experiences. I already applied even before
cool.
this.
Okay.
But no, I just wanted to say hi.
Awesome. Does anybody else want to say hi?
I do. Oh, you can go first.
Was that me? Okay, I'll just go real briefly here. I'm Josh. Hi to everybody. I'm in a small town in Pennsylvania here, and I'm from the Santa Cruz area. My father has lived in Santa Cruz forever until he passed away in February, and I was there and happened to see the show a couple of weeks before his passing. And you know, I walked in, and it was like, these are my people. Where do they come from? You know, I mean, I've lived here in this little town in Pennsylvania for the last 25 years and taught at a small college, which is a fantastic place, but it is a really kind of, you know, for good reason, touch negative and sexuality negative kind of environment to be in. And since I retired from teaching, I've devoted myself to experiential investigations of consent, and that's really been great for me. And then writing and performing shows. And so when I walked into What is Erotic, I was like, wow, this is great. I loved every bit of it. I thought you guys were absolutely brilliant. I was just blown away by the whole thing. So yeah, as soon as I walked out of the place, I was like, man, I got to get myself into this somehow. So we'll see if that happens, but that's my hope and my not so secret intention. So thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you, Joshua. I want to tell you a secret, you guys. So, and Melanie, I definitely want to hear from you in a minute. So last month, Yesenia came to us and she said, hey, you guys, this is too important of a project to let go. You know, even in the middle of a global pandemic, this is way too meaningful, and maybe more meaningful than ever right now. And so we decided to take the mentorship program online, and we also are intending to design the Halloween show, which is the working title is Space Aliens from the Planet Twerk, into a live stream format. So there are opportunities to perform regardless of where you live. So I just want to say that to Joshua, so that we feel kind of excited about that. So Melanie, I'd love to invite you to just say hi and let us know why you're here.
Yeah, my name is Melanie. I just wanted to say hello. One of my friends just randomly sent me this on my email, and she had been talking to me about this project, and she works for the 418. You guys probably know her. Her name's Megan. And she just is always every single time I get these little emails or a little text from her, and there's no words or anything. It's just a text or an email. And so a couple of years ago, I used to be very, very athletic. That's how I know Megan. And I used to be really, really in my body. And about 3 years ago, I had a chiropractic accident, and it was just so much pain, and I kept working through all of that. And, you know, just now, like when I try to reflect on myself, like I just feel like there's a huge part of me missing. Like I'm not able to really I dance a little bit here and there and stuff like that, but I really don't have the core that I used to. And I've just been really, really wanting to kind of get back in my body a little bit. And more than that, I kind of hit a big birthday, and I really have kind of now my job is completely different. I feel like I did a ton of work for the last 20 years, and now it's kind of I'm still working, I'm still doing all of my stuff, but there's an opportunity for me to be much more creative. And I've been kind of waiting for that time to kind of engage in that And my biggest fear about performing in general, because I haven't really had a lot of practice or experience. I mean, I do get up in front of people to speak, but nothing like kind of like being on a stage or being able to be in kind of character or anything like that. I think that that would be really amazing. But my biggest fear about it is that I'm not sure like how to really like let go and kind of like be able to allow the situation around me to be kind of like um, there and accessible, and for me to be, kind of be able to potentially like work into that. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now, and I just think it's pretty amazing that all you guys are able to really like engage in this kind of creative fun. So good for
Thank
you.
you, Melanie.
Thank you. Can
Yeah.
I just speak to that for a second about
Sure.
being in your body and fear? And I have a chronic illness that I've had over 30 years, fibromyalgia. So I spend a lot of time trying to escape pain by going out of my body.
Hmm.
But what I've come to learn is that pleasure seems to be kind of an antidote to pain. And so being in my body in more pleasurable ways has really kind of helped heal some of that. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you to take in.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Melanie. Abby, did you want to say hi?
Yes, hello.
Hey.
I'm outside, so let me know if the background noise is a big distraction. So hello, I'm Abby. I actually work at the 418, so I've been sort of on the peripheral of what is erotic for the last couple of years, and I've been curious about getting more involved, and I wasn't sure what that would look like. I also used to perform really regularly, and I haven't for the last few years. So I'm also curious about ways to get back into that. I've seen What is Erotic the last few years in a row, and I was particularly moved by this last show because of its rawness and vulnerability. And I'm curious about kind of getting back into the performance world with a little bit of guidance and exploring really vulnerable raw content, and having that mentorship to help shape what it is I want to create or work through in my own personal life. So just want to say hello and thank you.
Thanks, Abby. Anybody else? If you're feeling shy, oh yeah, Dave.
Hand up.
I have a hand.
Well,
Hi, everyone. My name's Dave Rohr. I'm a Santa Cruz person from about 45 years ago, and I've been a photographer about that long. And as an old white guy photographer, I've been doing a lot of dance and performance stuff. In the last 20 years, I've been doing a lot of art and art nude photography. And I've become very aware of the whole problem about weird old white guys and models and nudity and consent. And I kind of have this idea of sort of taking the inherent voyeuristic idea of, what is photography and working with a model and then presenting it in some positive manner. And this looked like the exact perfect way to do that. And Abby and I are going to talk offline about this because I was going to see if I could bag her as a partner in this, which is probably news to her. But and if not her, I'll find someone else who's interested in that. But that's kind of where I was coming from, and so I just kind of wanted to get an idea of the support I'd be getting. I've done a fair amount of theater work a long time ago. So crafting up a show around this sort of thing would be something I'd be looking for mentorship in. So I'm very excited to be here, and hope we can move forward on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this is something that you're pointing at that is so intriguing and amazing about the show. So if any of you have seen the show in the last couple of years, there's Isabella Mello, who did the Tightwire Burlesque and has appeared with us for several years. She found us as a spotlight operator. So you never really know. So people become performers, but they also become box office managers, or they learn how to run lights and sound. They participate in ways they might do makeup for us. So yeah, there's always opportunity, but it can look just the way that you want and need it to. I'd love to, yeah, I know there's most of us have said hi. I see one person that I can see that hasn't said anything, but maybe you do or don't want to. I'd love, if you haven't said hi, I'd love to invite anybody who wants to add, or maybe another question has popped up to say hi. If you want to, just kind of raise your hand and let me know. Fritz, no? Nope. Okay. There you are. Do you want to say hi? And let us
You
know about
talking
your
to Fritz?
experience? Yeah, yeah.
You talking to Fritz? South Fritz is a non-speaking character. So yeah, but Fritz just wants to say hello to everyone and thank you for having me in this illustrious meeting. And I appreciate you all.
Do you
Thank
mind
you.
if I say a little bit about your art and your participation in the show? May I?
Say what you
Or
will. It's for itself, but go ahead. I want to hear it.
well, so we found Greg at the Santa Cruz Word Church. He's a prolific poet and spoken artist. Little did we know that he also has mad skills backstage as well as on stage. So Greg served as our assistant stage manager last year, as well as being part of the cast. This is your second year on the full cast, and you were also part of the Halloween show. So you never know. You never know.
Never know. Go for it.
Right. So the application process is open. We're accepting applications between now and May 30th. I definitely just invite you to apply, and we'll be looking at those and getting back to people, you know, as soon as we can.
What are you guys looking for?
Yeah, Melanie.
What are you guys really looking for? Like, as an applicant, what are you really looking for?
I'm sorry, were you the one that said you'd already applied?
No,
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the application, what I think you're going to find is what we want is, you know, we want to feel, so experience is not necessary.
Okay.
I think that a desire to get to know more of yourself is really what we're all about. Yeah, that's I think there's a certain amount of just willingness to just show up and find out what's there for you is that's what I would say. You don't need like a PhD, you don't need like training in theater, you know, to be part of the show.
Okay.
I think I would like to add something to that too. I think also just, you know, the willingness to grow and to be held with the support that the team will give you. I think that's just like a really big thing.
Well, that makes sense.
Stan.
Many people think in terms of competition and comparison, and our invitation is to drop that and be willing to be seen as you are in whatever creative amplified version that may take. But one of the more difficult things for a person to do is stand in front of an audience and not put on airs, to be present and comfortable in your own flesh, your own space, in the moment. And that guilelessness is our invitation. The invitation for the mentorship program is to relax. And the airs that you may have put on, or how you've been judged, or what you've thought about yourself, to let that fall away, and in the safety of the creative crucible that the mentorship program provides and what is Erotic is all about, you begin to breathe and begin to smile yourself in a fresh way. And that informs the creativity. So we're looking for people willing to relax and be willing to be team players, be willing to associate, collaborate, create, discover in the moment. So there's nothing, I don't think anything more magical, because it all comes down to the authentic you, and we'll all discover that together. It's a wonderful, wonderful program, and it's ongoing for the rest of your life.
Thank you, Stan. What I also just want to let you know, so again, about the reason that the creative team is here is so you'll be working every month with Carissa and Nancy, and all of us, Yesenia, Stan, Aaron, and myself are all available. So for, if there was a piece you wanted to develop, that we would each be available Aaron for writing and direction, Yesenia for choreography, Stan for performance technique, and me for, you know, the stuff that I do, to just support and to give you resources to, you know, just to have the full ride. I'm gonna, maybe if there's no other questions, I'm gonna hand it back to Nancy and just Carissa, maybe just for just last kind of things you would like the group to know, and yeah, and just to wrap it up.
Okay, I don't think I talked about my background at all in the arts or anything during my thing. I've been a lifelong dancer and performer, but I was, for a long time, was performing someone else's piece, someone else's vision. And what this is about is getting really fiercely vulnerable with yourself and just expressing that in a way that connects you with the audience so that they can feel like the transmission of your gift. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Well, so same thing with Nancy. I've been doing a lot of dance, and I did theater in high school and college. And then I had just started getting into burlesque as of last year as well. But I think the biggest thing that I got out of like this whole process was just being okay with, you know, finding my edges and feeling them out, and knowing that I have the support of this like amazing cast and crew with me. And I've found some really great lifelong friends along the way with this too. And I cannot express how much this whole program has meant to me. And I can't wait to see where this goes for everyone that gets involved.
So fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I really just want to acknowledge, Stan, seems you have one more.
Just real quick, I wanted to celebrate you, Carissa, and you, Nancy, because I learned from both of you. Carissa, you went from a place of not wanting to be seen by others to where you commanded focus in a genuine, compelling, dramatic way. And Nancy, you, when it was physically impossible for you to perform because the pain was too excruciating, went onto stage nevertheless, and not even being half conscious, performed in a transcendent, amazing way. So I celebrate both of you, those of you who are entering the mentorship program. These are two authentic, beautiful people. And along with the team, this is a great day in the midst of this worldwide chaos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. So one of the reasons Nancy and Carissa ended up together as mentors was because of the relationship that they forged last year as cast members. And I remember, you know, as Nancy just said to us, you know, she got brought along by a friend. So please, you know, please apply. And please consider, you know, if there's somebody that you'd like to take this journey with, you know, feel free to invite them as well.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Yeah.
We could have a whole Pennsylvania cohort out there. Who knows? Right?
Creative team, is there anything you want to say, Yesenia, Aaron? Are we good? Oh, Aaron, yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
No, I was trying to. No, I don't know that I have anything to add. It's just, you know, can't wait to get working, and yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
And you're calling in from Rochester. Well, you're calling in from upstate New York.
Yeah, Rochester.
Yeah. Cool. Yesenia, do you want to add anything?
Not really.
Are you all good?
Yeah, I'm all good. I actually have to get going.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all, I think we're going to get going on this. So yeah, we welcome your submissions, and just thank you so much for coming to the meeting. I really appreciate you coming out. It's nice to have you around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for hosting.
Bye.
Bye. Mm. Bye, Greg.
Hey, it's us. Hey.
It's super, super nice to have Greg come. He just likes to support everything we do. It's so cute.
Good.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't know who Fire was. I'm like, Fire.
Fire.
Then okay.
Who is Fire?
Fire.
It was a nice group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Stan.
Bye,
Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye, Stan.
Or maybe he wanted to say something.
I don't know. Stan, you're muted.
Here, I'm unmuting you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now you're on mute.
I was just saying to Carissa and Nancy, I've missed both of you. I've had a chance to stay more connected with Laura, but this is such a pleasure to have these moments with you too.
Yeah.
Are both important to my heart landscape for sure. Yeah. So I'll say bye-bye now.
Love you, Stan.
Thank you, Stan.
Bye.
Super cute.
We
Super
did-
cute.
We did it.
Oh, my heart feels so good.
Oh my God, that was what a sweet group.
I want them all.
I know, right? Unless somebody feels like they're horrible in writing. Which one of us gets the responses? I didn't realize we had an applicant. I have no, I'm like, oh, is Jillian still getting I should probably check the Google form and find out what's going on with that. Wow, that's so cool.
Do you remember the name of the person on the Golden Gate Bridge that said iPhone 2?
Nicole? I think it was Nicole.
Yes, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. It was iPhone 2, otherwise known as iPhone 2.
Right, because it would be cool to be able to put their image together with their application.
Yeah, wow. Lovely, lovely group.
Mm-hmm.
So today's the 15th? Yeah, 16th. So we have people have a couple weeks. So we'll keep putting it out on the newsletter and social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll see. But I mean, we certainly have enough people to have a cohort right there. I think that's a lovely amount of people. And this dude from Pennsylvania.
That's so awesome.
That's crazy. I know. I was so. Oh man. What about that's really cool.
He seems really nice.
Yeah, I was in the shower right before this, and I'm like, maybe we'll have like 3 people from Spain, and 3 people from here, and then we can have these little like pods of people all over the world.
Right.
As part of the mentorship.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be? And we reached Pennsylvania, so hey, it's already starting.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Awesome.
Well, I feel. Did we do it? Do I feel complete? Do you feel like good in the moment? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you beautiful creatures. Wow. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Way to go. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye. Hey.
Hey.
Us. We can talk. I'm turning the recording off though. Hold on.